Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to be reading and reacting. Whoa. Wrong thing to say. We're here to be reviewing and discussing the Shonen manga of Weekly Shonen Jump of issue 38. Of issue 38. I was trying to remember the number I was trying to think about, because I'm like, last week was issue 36, 37. We're in issue 38. But let's have a good time, and let's show our beautiful faces of the lovely gentlemen we're here today. Hey! No, they was not looking at of how you're staring at me, and I didn't even see you how you're staring at me. So I'm like, do I look super or not? But yeah, LegendDVash here. Right next to me is my co-partner and everything. SamTheMangaMan. Down below is JBXclusive. Some of the villains, and careful spoilers. And down below is his co-host and our audio editor and regular host, Abe, of also an A podcast, In the Mind of Blurred, and everywhere else, because this man has too many hats, but he has so many time of his day, so he can. But how are we all doing? How?
We'll talk.
Yeah, I need you to do more stuff for C4S, so maybe not too much.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I was about to say, but like, I don't know about that, because
now my employers and my clients are telling me what.
Yeah, because
hold on, guys. Don't hop into the DM just yet. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because I think
can, but not too much.
Yeah, because you know you added another show on Sunday morning for you, and I'm sure James want to steal you for other stuff, and like, hey, I don't know about that.
Okay, my employers have spoken.
It's like, I need you to review comics on the channel, bro. Come on.
Yeah, remember how we spoke about me and Steve?
My employers have spoken.
Me and Steve said they're bringing a review Iron Man Superior Anime, which I started reading already, and which goddamn was so good.
I wasn't invited to that. That's why I never commented on it, because y'all never said, "Yo, Abe, you trying to join in on this?"
You can. I invited myself in that convo. I invited myself.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I'm just don't, jump in. It's like I prefer an invitation. So.
All right, cool. All right, so now I know. Now I know to invite you all the time, even if you decline. Now I know to invite you all the time.
Hey, you know what's the worst I can say? No, right? Well,
yeah, right. All right, cool.
I really don't give a shit about you, JB. I'm fucking out because this guy's a hoe. That's probably the worst thing I can say. But like, I'm not gonna say that, right? So.
Well, for those that don't know, like I mentioned in the beginning, that this live reaction will not be happening no more on the Shonen Ronins show. It will be happening on the Twitch channel, on the Twitch.tv/anime lately. It'll be myself, Sam, and Abe, where we'll be reacting to the Weekly Shonen Jump series as Black Girl, My Hero, JJK, Mashle, Undead Luck, Sakamoto Disc, which was Flame, and Mission to Cure Family, and other city girls want us to react and talk about, and have a quick discussion before we jump into the main show and talk about our main series that we want to discuss. So definitely check that out. Go follow if you haven't yet and everything. But let's jump into the main thing that we missed this past week Thursday, because for those who don't know, animated podcast did not happen this past week. We want to take a break for many reasons, but let's jump into one that we used to talk about on the main show, Kaiju number 8, chapter 42. How did we all feel?
Perfect. Yeah. It was so perfect.
Wait, we could talk spoilers since this has been a few days, right? Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Look, bro. I tweeted on the Blurred Mind Pod page, my favorite panel. It's when Shinomiya and the captain of Platoon 1 were standing back to back. He's like, all right, looking like you gonna be my girl, right? And I was like, oh my god, the woman of this manga are Shinonomi, yes. The woman of this manga are so badass, dog.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
They about to be flexing every freaking chapter, like, nah, me. And then, of course, number 9.
Returns with a new body
Number
too.
9.
To an ant kaiju.
Number 9.
He fused himself to a fucking ant kaiju.
My two favorite panels in the whole chapter. The chapter was Flame. And
It was good.
And
Oh,
it
it's great.
reminds me, it's that bittersweet feeling I get. Like the sweetness of like, yo, you have time to be writing this. And the bitterness of I have to wait 2 weeks to catch up.
Yo, but look,
Doing this.
what's wild that every chapter now it says to be continued. It doesn't say next chapter on this date no more. So it's like, I'm like, okay, Viz, I see what you're doing from now.
Yeah, all the chapters you read did the same thing. They've been doing. They started that 2 weeks ago. They started.
Yeah,
Just
I
to be
noticed that
continued.
recently. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, give me my date so I know for sure.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like fact check.
Sometimes the Shonen Jump app doesn't really tell you like, oh, it might be like, nah, we're not gonna tell you how long. And then it's like, oh yeah, 7 days, 13 days. It's like, okay, but it's sometimes, I'm like, yo, please don't tell me y'all just gonna cut it at any point. Please don't do that. I can't handle that stress.
But yeah, man, Kaiju #8 is the type of manga for me where it's just like every time I turn the page, I hope it's not the last one. And I turn the page and I hope it's not the last one. And then once you get to the final panel, it's amazing, but it's like, fuck, now I have to wait 2 weeks in order to read it again. Much like Abe, like my favorite panels definitely Shinonomi and Shinomiya standing side by side, back to back. Dude, again, when this is animated, it's going to be sick. That's a fucking minigun built to take down Kaiju, bro. That's going to be sick.
And she's carrying that like it's nothing.
Too. Like Shinomiya's axe looks much cleaner than it was in the first appearance. It looks like a whole-on full like battle axe. Like you can literally like, switch. It's a switch axe. This is Monster Hunter switch axe right here, right there.
So the axe remind me of our boy Escanor axe, but because when I see it, she handled it with one arm and just puts the pressure with
she's using 2 hands. There's like hold handles for. Like there's holes in between so she can have her whole hand fingers to have a grip onto it. She just literally have it tossed around all the way around her everything just so for movement, flexibility, and also be able to maneuver much easier that way. But instead of just like full on regular like those fire axe where it's just literally just that's it. You have to have both sides. Nope, you gotta have hole placement there. You gotta need like arm grip, literally just to have it all the way flip around. Literally like those marching bands that had like those, like they do their sticks or something like that. It's like they literally do all those tricks and everything. And this is what we're seeing from Shino. And I actually love her comparing like, nope, not fast enough. Vice Captain Hoshina is faster than this. I gotta go even faster. I gotta go beyond more. Like, yes, goals. That's literally achievement. Okay.
My favorite line is when she said, "Hey, platoon leader, I have asked you to keep your guard up." I was like, yo, you was cocky, but also you trying to make your stand showing that you could do the work. And her response was like, well, don't you have a stellar personality? And I love how she's like, well, it looks like we're just gonna get along just fine. Right? Because they're both strong, independent women, but also getting the work done. I love it.
What's even more funny, like literally, they had no, the captain's men had no respect for him. It's like, hey, yo, she's stronger than you in your first year, wasn't she? Like, what?
Say what?
Huh?
It was always guys, boy. It was always guys.
He's petty. Oh man, but definitely really cool. And then like what's supposed to be Kafka's turn to do his chance to be Kaiju #8 and to literally take down the Kaiju on his own. He has troubles transforming. I think it's like those moments where like he went out of control once before. He doesn't know if he'll have control again, and now he's having problems with his self-confidence and being able to have his full Kaiju suit all over again to be able to protect. And we get this. This is like a whole shonen trope right now to see him where like, I have trouble transforming. I can't bring out my entire armor. I gotta see someone in danger falsely where I need desperation comes where when someone's life is in danger, are you going to step up? And then he's going to have to step up to transform and literally be Kaiju #8 again for this. But I'm for it. This is actually a really great setup because right now in front of him is Kaiju #9, and the stakes are higher.
But it makes sense why. Not that he's scared. He just feared that he's gonna go on a rampage again where he cannot control it. So that's why.
That sounds like he's scared.
Yes, but I think at the same time, like he wants to make himself look good for the general, where he doesn't lose control. But at the same time, it's like he was about to just do it. But do you think it's the bug inside him that is not letting him control, or do you think it's his subconscious being, like you said, scared? So do you think it's the bug?
I'm with Sam. That's what I think. I'm with Sam. I think it's just he took a hit to his self-confidence because he doesn't want to lose control. It's like the general could barely handle it, right? What if he loses control? around the people that he's actually trying to protect, and this also would go against his mission trying to get closer to his friend's side, right? So I think it's subconscious, and I think it's going to be the thing where he needs to see a friend in danger in order for him to snap out of it and actually take control and gain that confidence again, like Sam said. But that's just what I think.
Because like it seems so easy, because he tried to do a partial transformation to take down one of these ants, and it does nothing. Actually, it didn't do anything.
I mean, he was able to activate the partial transformation.
Partial, yes, but it was not able to be strong enough to kill these things. But yeah, it's all about his self-confidence of he needs to be able to transform on his own.
Yeah, that's why I think it's tied to his self-confidence, because he was able to activate his abilities in some regard, but then when he has to think about pushing it even further, he can't. That's what I think.
I'm just curious to know, and because I'm glad everyone started to figure out at the end of the panel, it said its sights were set on Kaiju number 8. So I'm curious to know, what is this? Like, are we gonna get the full confrontation of why we know about Kaijus and everything, or why Kaiju number 9 wants number 8? Because I'm curious to know how this confrontation is gonna go, because it could go many different ways. Just curious to know in which direction are we gonna take it, or is the Kaiju inside our boy Kafka gonna try to fight Kaiju number 9?
You know, that's a good point. The Kaiju inside might take over because it clearly wants to destroy other Kaijus. So yeah, that's definitely a possibility as well.
What if that same model adrenaline where I had to kill other Kaijus is also implanted in Kaiju number 9 as well? Wouldn't that give him the whole reason why target Kafka, because he's number 8, and basically they want to just kill each other? Seems like. Because right now I'm thinking Godzilla, and everybody, like, Godzilla is the alpha, and if there's multiple alphas in this world, they're gonna end up fighting each other just for proving dominance. This could be like one of the drives and sets where like alphas wants to fight to take over and stuff like that.
Definitely.
All I know is that 2 weeks from Thursday, so we're like a week and a half.
I also noticed this was also 25 pages.
Yes, that made me so excited. Shout out.
Oh shit, it was.
It's 25 pages.
Yo, no lie.
Yeah, since it's bi-weekly, it's been like that the last 2 chapters. Right?
Like I said, it's bittersweet. It's like
just stay like this. Stay bi-weekly then. See, I'm good then.
Stay 2 weeks so you can give us these.
Yo, how about that?
So I don't want to wait so long.
Yo, how about that? Go bi-weekly, because you might actually increase some pages too. So go bi-weekly. I prefer some pages. I prefer some like good 18 pages instead of 13, 14, which is not like, I get it. You're a hard worker, my guy, but I want some more pages. But
here's another possibility that I wanted to bring up real quick.
What's up?
Could it be that his core is just damaged and it hasn't fully like healed yet? Does that, because I mean it should have healed by now, but what if it's not healed yet and that's the reason why he couldn't do a perfect transformation?
I thought it was like it automatically regenerates, even if it's just that core left. He could literally regrow an entire
personally
body.
I also feel like Kaiju number 9 is able to do something. I think he also influenced the lack of transformation. I feel like because the timing is just too convenient, you know.
So he's a Kaiju EMP kind of thing where he stops transformation.
Or he has a weapon that does that. Maybe that's what a mass hoarding of these ants can do. I feel like he has something to do with it because again, what's to determine where he's going to land, and what's to determine that you'll have an easier time because you did get your ass whipped. You did get your ass whipped first time, so I don't see you being like, yeah, let me go head up, like, hey, I just got an upgrade, let me go head up. It's like, now I got an upgrade, but also like further downgraded you because I'm here for you. I'm trying to make this easy. I feel like he got something to do with it.
You also have to stop his backup. Have a one-on-one thing, and then have a whole full-on army. Because I'm pretty sure he's on the queen.
This was a coordinated attack.
Yes,
so it was well planned out. That's why I'm like, yo, he has
because
to have something to do with that.
It's because even the vice captain said that they're having swarms like it was back in the other times they fought in the base. So they said that these attacks are being very well coordinated, and then that's when they said that we probably have the main guy here. I think one of the guys said. a headless leader pulling the strings with a clear intent in mind. He said, I'm guessing it is around here. So they knew that Kaiju number 9 was around here. So it makes sense when he literally popped from the right below Kaiju number 8 too. So I wonder if the Kaijus have like a homing type of beacon, knowing where they are.
Yeah, that's
Ants can't ants do like some low key like
communication censoring kind of.
Yeah, like they so I could see a kaiju ants being like you get a massive one, they can just.
Well, like that's
evolved too.
That's how I saw like how Kaiju number 9 is controlling all the ants. It's because he's possessing the queen, and like when the queen ant has all control and literally can communicate with all the other ants. Just control one, and you can control them all situation. Literally, the whole Ant-Man thing.
I didn't even think of that. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
Queen. It's literally what it is.
I mean, the queen is the biggest and strongest one there, and like, why not possess the strongest one to go against Kafka, who literally could have almost killed you, if
and that's why he's able to handle all the hordes.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that is true.
Ants are very intelligent.
But it fucking infused with an ant. That's just like it literally just said like, hey, let's just have a fusion.
Yeah.
I mean, ants. Can
but maybe
would you rather
100 times
would you rather a worm?
Ants can carry 100 times their weight and stuff like that. These things are still dangerous.
Wait, so
imagine him fusion with like those worms from Tremors? Oh my god, I'd be disgusted.
Stop.
So did it infuse with the ant to actually take control, or did it infuse to get stronger, or a mix of both?
Oh, both. Control. Both. Yeah.
I think it's just control. I mean, I don't think he needs the queen to be stronger. We just saw him evolve a couple chapters ago, so we know he's already stronger. So I mean, it's definitely possible, but I think it was just
it's all about
to control the queen, to control the other ants. Yeah, for sure.
So you could do this coordinated attack because like they said, it was since like World War something. And that they usually just like are scattered. They don't organize. This was you need the queen to do such a thing. So this was all about control. Yeah.
Then that'll be interesting and everything. But any last thoughts for Kaiju? Because I think we're good on that. Any last thoughts?
Yeah, man, great chapter. It sucks that I have to wait 2 weeks, but if I'm gonna get more like 25-page chapters, I'm good. Give me more Shinomiya and more Shinanomi. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed, facts. So after Kaiju number 8, for those that read the chapter and for those that now watch the live discussion, definitely comment with your thoughts of what you guys thought about the Discord server as well, and give your thoughts about this chapter. Now let's jump into My Hero Academia chapter 323. We have so many thoughts about this because the principal, my guy, you're questionable here in this chapter, but the single step. Who wants to jump off? Because James, usually it's you and Ray since we do the reaction. So James, give us your first thoughts of this chapter.
Yeah, overall thoughts on the chapter. I thought it was good, really informative. Like these were definitely things that we wanted to know about UA's security, right? It's like it couldn't be just these like high-tech security doors. Like we needed more detail into what else they had. Like what if they needed to evacuate everyone out of the building? Now we know, and it's way more intricate than I could have ever imagined, right? So I love the breakdown of it. I love the art of this chapter. And yeah, the principle becomes more and more questionable in terms of like the things that he hides from everyone at UA, right? Like I'm not trying to form any conspiracies or anything, but it's just like I question him at sometimes. But to know that he's that rich, that he put in millions and millions of his dollars into
this is a school. This is a top school.
Yeah.
So
all of that stuff was really cool.
Because like if you think about it, you do know like Harvard gets so much donations from rich families and all that stuff. And if you're the prestige hero school, and like this is the same school that came out All Might, Endeavor, Best Genius, everybody and all that stuff, then yeah, you're most likely getting all these generous donations from
but
the heroes companies itself.
They said that he used his own money.
Yeah,
it wasn't even donations; it was all his money. Like, why not use UA's money?
You ever watch that documentary, The Side Door?
I have not.
Like there's like a professor guy that's like, I'm gonna Photoshop these pictures into these students, like their sports team, like have them a better way access into Harvard because like they need better sports team, they get scholarships. I'm gonna bribe this guy, this guy, approval letters and stuff like that. This can happen. This can also happen. in front of the principal and stuff. But it is really cool security where it's literally the elevator from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where it can
Right.
literally move anywhere it wants to within like 1,000 feet in the ground or something like that. Also, it's just really to help stop decay. But there's other ways around this like path and a maze kind of thing. It's just I'm not sure at the moment, but I'm pretty sure there are other ways to maneuver and take this down without having to decay everything, though.
But I just felt bad when a regular person, just a regular random person, said, "You losers failed and let Japan turn into this lawless wasteland, and now you fail again, and you're out here telling us to pay the price for more of your mistakes." I felt hurt from that, cause I'm like, y'all don't know, y'all don't know how U.S., Russia, Australia, South America, and other countries are doing with their type of criminal activities. Yes, the heroes fail, but yes, they're trying. At least the ones that are still here, fighting for their lives to protect you. They made a whole structure of the school like a freaking maze, like the chocolate factory is what Sam mentioned in the reaction, like a whole thing just to protect you guys. And these guys looking dumb mad, looking dumb upset, and entitled ass motherfuckers saying that we have to pay the price for your guys' mistakes. Like, yo, they're still human, but they put them at such a high pedestal that they forget that humans still make mistakes and they're not perfect.
I don't think it's entitlement. I mean, humans do stupid shit when they're scared. Like,
Yes.
That's all it is. They're just terrified, and they're just scared, and this is just what happens when humans are scared. Like, this is just Horikoshi just showing us the human experience, and it is what it is.
I said that
People,
too.
when they're scared, they get mean, they get evil, they will kill you, they will leave you to die when they're scared. It just is what it is, man. They will let a kid stay out on the streets and die because they're scared. That's what Horikoshi is showing us right now.
It's more. It's much worse where they don't understand. If that boy dies, you're all gonna die.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and they fear what they don't understand. They think, oh, he has multiple quirks. That means that he has to be a Nomu. He has to be working for All for One. They're trying to find anything to justify their narrative of leaving a child to possibly die out on the streets. That's what's happening.
And yo, look, it's just I get it, and I love that you're not kind of just glossing over how they would feel. You know,
Right.
Hirokoshi's giving us a glimpse like this is reality. This is how mob mentality works. This is how normal people who don't truly understand the abnormal can just quickly turn. They are human beings. Like, this is just how humans interact. They fear the unknown. They fear what doesn't look appealing. Like, Deku does look like a freaking villain. And to several of these people while he was out saving, he did look like a whole villain. Like, there was nothing like heroic about him. It was all very dark.
What's so worse is that
that brought in fear. And so we're seeing that, and I'm loving the speech from Ochako, although I feel like, I don't know, I'd rather hear it from Deku, you know, but I get it. You know, not from Deku, from Bakugo. No. I want Bakugo to do more talking, because it just feels so much better coming from him, you know?
I feel like that would have been too quick. Like, we just had an incredible breakthrough with Bakugo. This was definitely Ochako's time to
just
shine.
to have it for him to for Bakugo to have it for Midoriya just straight on one-on-one. That's just perfect amount. It had to be Ochako because, like, yeah, she did her part in saving Deku, but she also has the whole character where she's the hero to save other heroes, and Deku is like the strongest. This is literally prime example of what she needs to do, and it really did have to be her. I love the fact that Horikoshi did not hold back on his punches. He actually threw Deku's mom in there. He put Kota in there. He put Eri in there, the class 1B there. And what's even more realistic, you see that phone where it had the whole conspiracy theory. That shit is real. When people are scared, they tune into videos to try to find information, but get false information, and then they themselves fear. Yeah, exactly. And it makes things so much worse. And wow, it hits. Everything hits.
Yeah, man, and I love that he got encouraging words from all of his friends. Right, we saw it from Todoroki first. We saw it. We saw it with Ingenium fuck is his
Ida.
name?
Ida.
Yeah, with
Ida.
Ida.
It's
yeah.
his birthday today too.
Oh
He
shit!
tried with Ida.
Wow,
Happy birthday to
he
Ida.
tried with,
Wow, JD.
And he's the fastest man alive here.
right?
Wow,
Just had a brain
JD.
fart. Yeah, but had it with Bakugo, and it was just the perfect moment for Ochako to give that moment too. And like you said, Sam, like she is the hero to save other heroes, and Deku needs this. The people needed to hear this, and Deku needed to hear this too for himself. It's like, yeah, these people do care about me. They do want the best for me, and maybe the best thing is for all of us to fight together. So it's like, Horikoshi's the GOAT, man. This dude is incredible.
So what I was gonna ask you guys, what do you think of the principal quota analogy in the beginning about taking the first step? Like that he thought, you know, how he got experimented on and everything before, and how he didn't believe in humans and everything, but how he said taking that first step is impossible. But in the beginning he spoke about it, in the end we came back about it, and how our girl Ochako took the huge leap and spoke to the people and everything. How do you guys feel about that analogy about taking the huge step that's impossible for some people?
I mean, the principal knew, like, that's why he said all that in front of this, in front of the entire students, where like, you guys need to convince the entire public that this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna have all these rebel. You're gonna have all these. Yeah, babe, you okay?
Hey, I'm just staticking.
Sorry, it was a little distracting. He literally said,
I
like,
apologize. I didn't notice that.
he said, the lack of understanding and tolerance. It seems like we're always one step away, and try as it might, humanity struggles to make the true progress it's down its path. But like, if you guys feel like you can wear down the mob, give them a great reason and point of why you need to get your point of why Deku needs to stay in UA, sleep, recover, and then everything like that, then you guys have a chance, because he understands, like, tackle the matter with your own full power. Only you kids can do it, because you are the generation of heroes and human society. It has to be you, all class of 1A, all the students and everybody. So he knew.
And it's just crazy to know that it's crazy to believe people think that he's a traitor and everything, but it's just hard to see the perspective. Not hard, it's more like the facts show this man is prepared, because he even said the line that, oh, our school is ready and built and strong as Taruto's. But I'm like, but wait, Taruto's got destroyed from Shigaraki so easily. But then he said, oh, but we were prepared for this because of the other school that was infiltrated by Toga and everything. So the schools were already preparing for this. But then when he said that, I relied on my intuition. So I'm like, was your intuition because you're still a spy, but you don't know yourself that you're a spy? So you're just relying on your intuition that you believe deep down? So like, it just shows Ray Rocket Roads of what the whole principal is doing.
Yeah, like, I don't know about the whole spy thing. It's definitely interesting, but there's definitely something else to his character. There's something else that Horikoshi is holding back about the principal, and I can't wait to find out. Because, yeah, intuition based on what, though? What experience
Right?
you went through to give you said intuition? Because you have to get that through life experiences. So
It's because he said
it's
it.
interesting.
He said, indeed, there was no existing evidence for such a thing, but I relied on my intuition. I'm like, but that's the answer. You literally said there was no evidence.
How could you have possibly known that Shigaraki's quirk was going to evolve to where decay can be extended from other objects?
Wasn't there like a flashback for him of what All Might just said, something like that? Even though the text bubble was like empty. Didn't he?
But
remember
that was-
what All Might said.
Yeah, but that same bubble was the time when they spoke about that there's a traitor among them. That conversation was the same staff meeting back in season 1, or I think it was in season 2 of the anime, when they spoke about there's probably a traitor among them, and then talking about All for One and everything else. So it's like having that flashback and saying that I rely on my intuition is like it just brings red flag. It's like, my guy, you're questioning. It's like, you're Hori, what are you doing? What are you implying and telling us as the audience? What's going on here? So I just love that. But it just makes me more curious to know what Hori has more planned with these small seeds he's planning.
Still up in the air. We're gonna have to get more information sooner or later, but
Yo, but
for now, friendly until further notice.
agreed.
'Cause
But also, I didn't expect to see our boy Deku's mom. We did say that on the last Shonen Ronin, on the last episode. And like, oh, we might see Deku's mom, but she just went over there, and we saw Kota as well. We saw Eri and everything. So I love seeing that. And then we have it on the whole YouTube channel or some type of news website saying right here is a theory is that Shiraki is after a UA student. So people already have the idea that Deku is the target, and I just love that people are pointing, and people are scared for a reason because they feel like this was a shelter. But how you bringing the main target to the shelter place?
they also like Genius admitted that the heroes were trying to use Deku as bait to lure them out, because that was supposed to be a whole secret mission in private where like it's dangerous to have a child literally out in the open to put himself in danger so that we could come and save him if anything. Yet these citizens do not care about Deku, and that's the point where like, all right, this plan, I mean it was a sound plan. Unfortunately, we don't care about the kid enough where like if this plan either work or not, because we didn't want to put ourselves in danger in that situation. I think Genius had to know, like, you know what, exactly, he you know what, these guys probably won't care, but we're gonna tell the plan anyway. What was our plan A? Even though like they hated it, they hate Deku so much, they probably thought that was a good plan to use it and stuff like that.
Let a 16-year-old be murdered just
yes,
so that they
I was like, what?
Yo,
To
Lord of
increase
the
the
Flies,
chances of
like,
their of
like,
their
look,
survival.
dog. If Lord of the Flies could do it, grown ass people definitely gonna do it. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. But I just love this panel. Like this panel of no way some heroes you are, give us a freaking break. The way Hori just drawn this, like how humans look and showing their frustration, they're scared and they're screaming in agony and how they just want to live. And then that one panel of Deku's mom just right there smack in the middle of her being scared and crying for her.
That's her
For her son. It's like, it's just that unease. It's just, it makes sense because she's worried. Like she understands that these people want to live and these people want shelter, but then she's worried about her son because her son is one of the most important. But
not just that, the kids that Deku saved. There was also the woman that literally got recently saved because of Deku, but only looks so scary and stuff. It's just like only the people of a few truly understand Deku than like the whole entire mob. Like, I guess it's more of the numbers, people in numbers is the greater, the odds of the many outweigh the lives of the few. So
nicely said, because I love how this panel about your rocket literally just flying up there and everything, and she takes a huge leap and just speaks to the audience just saying, Deku, no, Izuku Midoriya has a special power. And the first guy like, who cares? Good for him. It's like, yo, like, he just pissed me off just having that free attitude, like, oh yeah, cool powers for him, but like, no, like, if he wants a break, you know, just go get a rest somewhere else. But I love how she just continues pushing to scream. And the one line that really felt bad is saying, she said, take a good look at him. Yo, his raggedy ass clothes and boots are fucking worn out. And his mom is just even crying more. She's like, they must look like trash beat right now.
Yeah, man, great chapter.
It was a good one.
But I love the callback as well. I do want to say I love the callback in page 17 that we have the girl that's tall that looks like an animal that still can't remember what animal she is. Do you remember?
a kangaroo.
Maybe kangaroo.
Sure.
But I just love the callback of her coming and she's saying that it's him. He's the boy who saved me. So I just love that very much. And knowing and what Bakugo saying like we're here to step in when you can't handle it alone. I just love that. Even though he was not part of the speech, but knowing that he's still beside Deku is dope as hell.
I'm hoping All Might shows up and helps encourage the people to listen to Ochako.
I think he's the next one, and if he's still staying, I'm gonna love that even more. Like, how you bring a villain here?
Okay.
Like, how you bring a villain?
He
Now,
better be.
now I can't. Well, now that just makes it more difficult. Nah, you did it. It's like, yo, he was at Tartarus. He broke out with them. It's like, nah, that's gonna make it harder. He will have to.
And now he's here to help us.
Nah, they gotta speak that. They gotta low.
Yeah. Yeah, but I really hope All Might shows up. I feel like the people will feel a little more at ease, like maybe just a couple percentage more at ease.
You're like, oh, you know,
it's
like
working. You saw it after Ochako was talking. You saw the facial expressions. Like, it's starting to work. It's just we need that final push, and why not have this man, despite being retired now, is still the #1 symbol of peace.
Yeah. And the last thing for me is just Bakugo reiterating to Deku, like, we're here to step in when you can't handle it all alone. And then it switches to Ochako finishing her speech. Like, great symbolism, man. Again, Horikoshi, goated.
it was just freaking awesome. I truly enjoyed the chapter for what it was, and I really have no complaints. It was just a beautiful chapter about Uraraka and everything, and just giving the leap of faith is what I will call it, and telling our boy Deku, like, hey, you're not alone, you're here with us.
Leap of faith.
Yeah, like, she literally just flew herself up there all the way to I think the top of the building, right?
Yeah, the top of the building.
Oh yeah, damn, literally at the top of the building with a microphone. Damn, like, she literally took the leap of faith and everything through all that. And what's up, Denzel? He's here in the chat. Our boy Denzel is here in the chat.
Denzel, what's good?
Some of the citizens that got saved by Deku will speak for him. And can we talk about how Deku is staring at Choco Angel in amazement? Yeah, you know, they both love each other. They just need to finally say it. Just
Like
Deku.
They're 16. They don't understand.
The
They don't
principal,
understand.
but the principal kind of knew this and seemed like that single step. It feels like an impossible journey, and I believe that once someone takes that unlikely step and carves a path, the ultimate hero will rise up. Ochako had to like literally cut through the path of citizens and hates of literally everybody who opposed all this, so that Deku can like rise above that and come through this path, be the ultimate hero for everybody and people. And she's the hero that helped the heroes and carving the path for them, a new generation. Because it's not just it shouldn't just be just one ultimate hero to do it all. It's supposed to be an entire team. It's supposed to be a whole group. Yes, Deku can stand as a #1 top, but you know, no one man can do it all. And
Yep.
we always need both the ultimate hero and the heroes that helps the heroes.
And I just can't wait after, after Deku takes a shower, meets Eri, gets healed. I want to see his damn costume. That's what I want to see. That damn costume is going to look so good. And for him to walk around with his new classmates, but new getup, his classmates going to be having a whole new revamp. And Denzel, perfect word, my hero, Justice League. Yo, that's what I'm waiting for. A whole squad with a new costume and everything. Bako Shoto, stop wearing his gym uniform. Ray, you're welcome. I said it for you. I just can't wait for that, man.
I mean, currently it's My Hero Young Justice.
Yeah, right? It's more Young Justice, yeah.
Oh, wow. Technically, is the Young Justice and the actual Justice League is Endeavor on Best Genius, and then wow, that is so true. Wow.
Yeah, and this is the lesson to not fall into the traps of the past, right? Because if All Might fought alongside Endeavor, Genius, and a couple other heroes,
would have been so different.
Been as injured with All for One, and they could have had a better chance at defeating him, right? But that's not the story. It's Deku's story. So
Exactly.
But the point is, you can't do it all alone, even if you have the power to. You
Like
still need to stand as a team.
Exactly.
So, are we all good with my hero discussion, theories, talk, thoughts?
Yeah, man. Ready for
I'm good.
324.
All right. So let's jump into Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 3. Jujutsu Kaisen 155. James, is you.
Oh yeah, really good chapter. Really, really, really good chapter. Like, what to say? What to say? Someone else go first. I need to formulate my thoughts.
Copy.
All right.
I wasn't ready. I'm sorry. I wasn't ready.
Okay, for
No
me,
worries.
what I love about this chapter was just the dialogue. I like the way he hyped up what he's about. Like, I love the fever, you know, the gambling, the control, love is control, and it's like, yo, people don't like you if you're broke or if you lose. People don't like losers and people who drive themselves to ruin. So like,
yeah,
you gotta avoid that. How do you avoid that? You gotta keep gambling because the thought of winning. If you win big. All your problems will be taken care of. So you just keep going and going and going. It's like
addiction.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting way to basically talk about this addiction. And then I like that how the phone rang, and he instantly changed. I was like, oh, that was a signal. That was a signal for sure. And how it proved to be the point. And then just we got the first glimpse of his abilities. He threw a cup at him and then did his hand. It looked like he did this, and then the panel doors show up, and he's using it as a way to attack. But not only that, he's actually throwing physical attacks too. So he's like a Yuji or Itadori, is that he'll mix both easily. He ain't have no problem throwing hands, not just using his technique on you. And then finally, it was talking when Kirara was talking and talking about Panda explained that they were conservatives and how they preferred abilities like Kigasaki, if I'm saying that correct. And how others aren't that type, like especially, and he brought up the idea of cursed images and memes, because we've had that. That's something that's occurred in our own, you know, people look at like that Momo stuff that happened on YouTube and all that, John. I mean, go read Memetic as well. I'm gonna just shameless plug Memetic. It's 3 issues, go read that. And I like that nod to that too, that Gege made. And then finally, like I mentioned earlier on the Twitch, Carrara said, Gojo cleans up your messes. Not our. I'm not included, not our, your messes. So why don't you go to it? Like, okay, you know, this is the first time we've met a student not effing with Gojo. It's usually the adults that don't F with Gojo. But the students all, I mean, even Megumi, even though he gives them hard case, Megumi F's with Gojo. So we have third year students that don't. Like, all right, I need to know what's up. Like,
but also what I find fascinating is that the students didn't know Gojo was sealed because they didn't want this information to be released. They just said that Gojo is excommunicado. So that means that they just know that he needs, you know, he is at first, you know, he's away from JJ High and everything like that. So they just know, they didn't know he was sealed. So now I'm curious to know what next chapter, what are their reactions going to be? Are they going to join Juji and the Megumi squad? Are they going to be thrilled that he got sealed? Since it seems like they don't really fuck with Gojo. So I'm really curious to know what their reaction is going to be.
I mean, it's not like they're making Continental. But yeah, making a whole entire fight club in order to recruit, it seems like the best way. And him using the analogy of what gambling is, the fever, is to literally reform Jujutsu high schools, like how they view passive curse techniques, because it seems like that's like the division that they're in right now. They're considered useless to them, like usually whenever like the high prestige family considers you as useless, they're usually they're either like their slave or their maid or worker, or just to be eliminated right away. And of course, Gojo would always protect anybody that's, when he was around, he would protect anybody that needs to be exterminated or eliminated, whatnot, because they have a more special abilities towards it. Because even with Goto, he had a more simple power, but he was like brolic and strong, and he actually can use his powers in a more complex way. When it comes to the passiveness, we don't know how much more they can actually do. We already know like Hisame is actually like tough. He took a headbutt straight from Yuji, did not flinch, did not bleed, and he's like, nope, I'm just feeling cold. I'm not.
And he's just a brawler too.
So, and I forgot who said it. Like, he's stronger than him, right? He's the second year is technically stronger than Goto. Oh no, I'm sorry. He's stronger than Yuta. Because that's what Yuta said. Like, this guy's stronger than me.
I believe so, but also because we don't know his true type of abilities because we just see him swapping materials and switching them into manifestation type of doors.
So,
So
it
we
wasn't.
don't-
He didn't swap anything. If you could see closely where Yuji is, the glass is still on top, but then the door is just literally coming in between. It's something with telekinesis, maybe. 'Cause I don't.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Because I am looking at page 10 and 11. I see the glass still on top of the bottom,
Yeah,
but the doors
glass
are
was
below.
just the
It's still
distraction.
there. Yeah, the glass was a distraction.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
But yeah, I think the whole point of him having the door is to literally trap Yuji just so that he could just like beat him up in his face, just knock him out like that, and just
Yeah.
as a distraction. But I mean, apparently Yuji is a horrible liar.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was a really dumb lie. Everyone knows who fucking Gojo is. Like, come on, man. That was
But
a really dumb
he was
lie.
aware, like, all right, I can't mention Jujutsu Kai and everything like that, and it's like,
Yeah, but
you have,
He was
you have to
trying. He
play
was
off that,
trying.
like, yo, he's still a low-key
Hakari
airhead,
knows
you
that
know?
he's a sorcerer, though. So it's like,
Yeah, like, just give him props. At least, like, oh, Gojo, I know of him. I just don't know too much. Or at least, say, like,
yeah, never met the guy, but I mean, I've heard he's the strongest at Jujutsu Tech.
thank you.
It's
Perfect.
like-
Boom. Damn, James, you're a good liar right there. Huh?
But I mean, but he did get the phone call anyway to know that something was up. But I
Yeah.
mean, he could have done a better job on his end.
True.
But yeah, but
So-
much like what Abe said, like you know, Hakari's dialogue in this chapter, you can tell
Pretty good.
that he's someone who's been around the block. He's talked to a bunch of different types of people. He knows people who he can trust, who he can't trust, and he knows how to extract information out of people. You know what I mean? So he
That's also how
he
gambling works, too.
purposefully- Exactly.
that's
right?
how gambling.
Exactly
Yep,
that.
you have to read the opponent. Where like,
Right.
what is he up to? What do you think? What cards do you have? Or what do you think?
He's constantly playing poker in his head.
Yeah, and that's
Poker and
why
chess.
that's the Sphere feeling.
Yeah, man.
But of course he wants to rack in people's losses because you know the house always wins, and if you were to lose, the casino would want you to lose even more so that they make money, like regardless, and still they'll make more and more money they make money at people's misery or from their addictions and stuff like that. And he wants to be at the top of the game. He wants to be the house or the kingpin of it all and stuff like that. So I make the joke where like this entire chapter reminds me of Goodfellas, because like the guy really wants a casino, and then like he just wants I want to wreck this business and stuff like that, just to reform Vegas or reform Jujutsu High School right there. So I feel like this is what he is trying
More
to make a
casino
difference.
than Goodfellas.
And
Yeah, casino.
I love how when Megumi and Panda spoke about like what is your problems with the higher ups and everything, and what happened between ya, and they spoke about the conservative, and they spoke about their ideas of what this like about curse technique and the curse technology. So I love that, where we know that our girl Gosaki curse technique, they fuck with that. But other techniques that are too advanced or too strong, they actually want to keep that more under the ropes, like actually keep more eye on. So I can see why some people don't fuck with the higher ups for that reason, aka like Gojo and like other people. So it seems like Gojo's not the only one that don't fuck with the higher ups, and then actually rebel out of that school.
Yeah, I mean, some of the higher ups seem like extremists. Honestly,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like, Itadori is a huge asset, and they just wanted to fucking kill him. It's like they've moved beyond being able to see assets and see things that could benefit them. It's like, oh,
They
this
fear
is based on our
Sukuna,
rules. Kill him.
But they also fear Sukuna, and let's be real, they have every reason to be.
I mean,
Oh, they have every reason to be.
They have a right to, but
So,
if they can
yeah,
find
kill 'em.
if they can find a way to control
use them.
that power,
Yes.
they can use it.
A normal human, no, our dog, they not
Right
like,
now,
"Ooh."
right? They even know they should at least know
That's-
themselves. No matter
that's a
even if
lot of faith.
they can't kill, they have to at least know that they can't kill Yuji. Because somehow
Yeah.
Sukuna would just still
I'm not
come
saying
out regardless
I'm not saying
and everything.
give him all the fingers, right? Give him like half, see how much he can control.
Well, I'm sure
find
that
the
I'm
other
sure we all know
fingers,
what finger we want to give him, but still, I mean,
The problem
find
is
the other ones,
that,
seal them away again.
Yeah, the problem is he's had instances of Sukuna just pulling out when he wants to and doing what he wants, and Yuji not really having control of that. So it's just like, they don't trust that Sukuna is just chilling, which is what Sukuna is doing. Sukuna is just chilling. He's like, I ain't got no worries. They're like, nah, something's up, and they have every right to feel that way. Something's up. Like, this boy cannot have suppressed Sukuna like this. I get their fear 100%. I get it. Like,
me
that's
too.
a lot of faith you're asking these old heads to have in a kid who knows nothing about their world. That's a lot of faith. Oh no, like as his friend, I'll be like, yo, Sukuna might kill me any second, though. Like, oh my, am I gonna survive this mission? I have no idea, because Sukuna might kill me. That'd be my fear. You know, I love Yuji. You my homie, but you got Sukuna and you Sukuna. Oh my god, he might kill me any second, though.
And plus, he has a plan for him too, and he has a plan for him as well,
Yeah.
because he wants something to do with him.
Oh
But-
man, that would make me even more scared that Megumi does that. I'm not Megumi. That means it's like, yo, Sukuna cares shit about me. So if I'm about to die, Sukuna like that. So I mean, I care about Megumi. I don't even know your name. When did you join the team? Like, you know, so I'm chopped liver. I'm not doing it.
but it's
But
about recruitment. Like if they're even able to have Kiara and Hikaru into the group, or even if they want to, it seems like they both of their curse technique can evolve and change anytime they want, but the conservators refuse to change. They just like the old traditional way of how you use his technique, and you continue to use his technique. But then when new Jujutsu technology came in, everything starts changing. People are evolving. The world is evolving, but they refuse to reform. They want to stay old ways, tradition, kill all threats that we feel like might be putting in dangers, and we stay on top. You know, we already knew for sure that if you're not going to evolve, you're going to die. And of course, this has just technically happened with Maki and her entire family.
I love something I want to preach or give props to the series, that they add small lines to characters that we just get introduced, but they add lines to characters that we already know about. Gojo, for example, they say always clean up your messes. Then it makes me intrigued to know what message did they clean up, or what message did Gojo have to clean up for others. And it just makes me want more flashback or more story about said characters, and that is a good thing, because we knew about Gojo's character already, but for these characters that we just introduced, knowing about Gojo and the school, and knowing that they hate the higher ups, it brings it a full circle to know that, okay, cool, these characters get introduced, we're gonna meet more down the road, but it gives it a feel and plus more connection to the characters that we already know. So I just love that very much.
I mean, it's definitely not simple Eddie scams kind of sort of thing. It's like, unfortunately, money is what they're after, and more power and army is what they're after, and it's definitely not those usual scams that Gojo could let slide open, let everything slide and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one last thing on like the ideology of the fever. Like, again, you have to know when to take those smart gambles, right? In the 1930s, this group of graduate students was just fucking around and created rocket fuel on accident, right? They were just fucking around, created rocket fuel, and I'm pretty sure like they blew up a part of the facility. But instead of expelling the students, they gave them an entirely new facility so that they can continue their work, and it's now a huge part of everything that we know today in the NASA space program. So it's like you have to be able to know what gambles to take, which ones to let go, because hell no, I'm not paying 200,000 yen for the possibility of being able to make more money. That's stupid. I'm not getting anything in return. So that's an easy way to know someone's mindset, to see what they'll put their money into, what they'll invest into. So I really like that kind of writing in manga and comics. Really appreciate it.
Same, and I love how the dialogue with him just interacting with Yuji and trying to understand in a very psychological game. Like it's a small conversation, like James said, but it's just more of a game of a gamble. Like you're playing. It's like in Sakamoto days, where it's very is a very type of psychological conversation, and Yuji did not fall for it. But that's why Aoba Hikari appreciated that. He's like, I fuck with you. You're smart about that. This is all a fake and a ruse, but it was a way for him to understand how Yuji mindset works, and I appreciated that. So that was really dope. But any other thoughts for this chapter of 155? Since it seems like we covered it all, and not much happened other than more of speculation to see what could be happening next, because it's a lot more setup than actually stuff happening.
I want to know how Hakuri's curse magic works. I just want to know, like, what the fuck is he doing? What is he manipulating something? Is he creating it? Like,
and why his is also stands out. That Panda had to mention it and be like similar to Hikari's curse deck. He was like, yo, that's gosh, it's gonna be good next Sunday. Can't wait.
It's really good to know where it's gonna go, so I love it. I'm hyped. But Sam, I'll see you in a bit when you come back when we talk about our chapter of the week and everything. So Black Clover time.
let go.
That might be up there.
Wait, let me just put this. No. Wait, no. Sam's just messing my whole damn.
Yikes.
I mean, all I really did was cover myself. But all right.
Yes.
Not you.
Not you, but I'm saying like Zoom,
running
like
from accountability. Wow. Okay.
Anyway, chapter
He
303.
Playing right in, like just right there. So okay.
Chapter 303 of Black Clover. Let's get to it. James, tell us, because me and Abe love this goddamn chapter. And I'm gonna just say now, this was my chapter of the week. Black Clover was fucking amazing. I love this flashback on Nozel and everything. But James, go ahead.
Yeah, man. This chapter was absolute flames. For me, this was my personal favorite chapter since the Magna versus Dante fight. Love seeing Nozel show up in this chapter. Love getting to see more of his mindset growing up with knowing everything about this curse, knowing the effects, that he couldn't tell any of his siblings, that he had to keep this burden to himself as he watched his mother slowly die. Him thinking that, you know what, the best thing for me to do with my sister, if she can't control her magic, the best thing to do is keep her away from the fight, to keep her off the battlefield, because I care about her that much. But that ended up being the wrong thing, and that culminated in this chapter. And I love getting to see Nozel and Noel fight side by side to destroy the very being that killed their mother. And I loved it. I love this chapter, everything that it brought in, the artwork. I can't remember exactly what page it was, but Nozel was ripping Megicula to fucking shreds. I was losing my mind reading that chapter. Again, the artwork was amazing. Loved it.
I must just say, I love this chapter. It was a beautiful, beautiful goddamn backstory that we needed from Nozel, and the way he just kept thinking to himself, I killed her, I'm useless, I couldn't do a thing, I was afraid of losing more and I ran, I'm a coward, I'm a confident or determined enough to pretend that at this point I have no right to involve myself with you. Like, he felt so responsible to know of this past 16 years that he wasn't responsible, that killed his mother and couldn't do a thing, save her, protect her, and couldn't be there for his sister. That the best way that he felt responsible was to have her stay away from the battlefield, but instead it did the counterfeit. Having her stay away, it made her more wanting more to be next to her brother on the battlefield. And at that moment he realized that he did the opposite, that he got her on the battlefield, and he was the most proudest because he needed that hope to take that final blow. That he didn't feel like he was strong enough. He did enough, but then his sister took the final blow. And seeing at the final page the mother soul being released from this curse and just hugging her two children was the most beautiful thing. Like, this chapter was worthwhile, and I agree, James. I love the story with Magna. That last panel or last fight with Magna, him screaming of winning,
Yeah, bro.
Me and James and Ray spoke about that weeks ago, or like 2-3
That
months
was my
ago.
reaction to the whole chapter.
I was like, yes, go. And then seeing this, I was happy. I told Abe during the reaction, like, yo, this is what I wanted. I didn't want Asta. I didn't want, like,
Yes.
like if it was Gordon or Noel or Nuzzle, those were the only three that I wanted. But those two, Nuzzle and Noel, being the one taking a W, it was well deserved. And just Asta watching it from the sideline and having luck in them, just seeing them like, oh shit, Nuzzle's here, the captain. Like, and then Mijika's like, oh, these humans are interesting. The art in this chapter was beautiful, well deserved. Abe, give me your thoughts, man.
I mean, it was the dialogue for me. Honestly, just really getting to look at why Nozel had first of all, not only why he wore what he wore, but why he treated Noel so cold, and why it's because he can't say anything or he dies, and he can't tell anybody else because they'll also get the curse and it'll spread. Megicula put a serious cap on my boy. Like, yo, the only thing you could do was, kind of just push your little sister away. Because for him, he didn't blame, rightfully so, because he knew the truth. He didn't blame his little sister. If anything, it's just sort of like, you never got to experience mom. Like, yes, my mother was taken away from you, but you won't get to know our mother. Your mother was taken away from you, and he always cared about his siblings. And so just seeing what the steps he went through to be like, this is why I pushed her away, because I don't want her to get her involved. I want her to live her own life. And he came to the realization that that's not the right way to go. Pushing away can only work to such an extent. And now he realized that, like, yo, mom had always, like, like the flow like water, and that line between steel and water. It just, he came to the realization, like, yo, as a combo, as partners, as low-key possibly equals, just together, like siblings should, you could take out anybody. You could take out a supreme devil that hasn't fully manifested yet. Like, I enjoyed that moment. My only critique is that I wish the battle was a bit longer, but I also understand short chapters. Plus, they're all super tired, so you can't just have, that's like a fifth wind at that point. You can't just break at it. So I get it.
So,
good chapter.
And
I also
go ahead.
I'll also say a quick thing, because I did say it during the reaction as well. I love the small detail during that flashback as well, that he had a curse on his throat, but it makes sense that he wore a turtleneck all these years for that reason. And that's why it showed that he was so heartless and cold to his sister and to his siblings. But it's because he had a curse that he could never speak to anybody, and the only person that knew was Dorothy the Unworthy, that she only knew the truth because of her underworld spell, her dream world spell, that he could actually speak in this world about it. So for him to actually be stuck, that he can never speak a word or dying because of this, and that small detail that I give Tom about that props. I don't know if this was planned or if this was purposely, but if this was planned all along, that you had the small detail of why he had this type of dress, type of styles because of this. My man, that was amazing, because it's dope that you added the detail just because he wore a turtleneck. That's why, because he had a curse around here the whole time. That's freaking beautiful.
Yeah, and it makes perfect sense that it's essentially a speech curse if you say
Yes.
this, so it attacks you from there. So I thought that was really, really cool. Something else that I really appreciated was, as evil and fucked up as Megicula is, Tabata found a way to humanize, kind of, in a way. Because, I mean, Megicula is actually, right before death, understanding the human experience. What makes them strong, what keeps them motivated, is their emotions, their love for each other. And that's something that high-level demons, supreme devils, simply don't possess. So that was something interesting that Megicula was able to acknowledge what makes humans strong and see that within their own weakness. That maybe if they had those emotions, they would be able to work together to achieve their goals instead of being selfish like devils usually are. So that I love that there's layers to all of these characters. I love, like, much like with Nozel, we've gotten so much backstory with all of the Magic Knight captains. We all know why they wanted to become captains, why they want to become the Wizard King for their own reasons. It's not just because they want more power, you know?
And to add to that, I love how in this chapter we also see Noel and Nozo working together, like in a nice attack. He felt like, but even then you can't destroy the heart of spring. He said, as expected, I was wrong after all. I shouldn't have shut her away or kept her out of this. And that we need to grow stronger together. And like that's when you realize that they work as a team and siblings and everything are stronger together. Now, I can't wait to see the relationship after this arc or after this match. Can't wait to see what happens next. And that his actual cursed spirit, I mean his curse that's on his throat, gone. Now I'm curious to know, is his outfit is going to change now from wearing turtlenecks? Is he going to actually be more free? Is he going to be more lovey-dovey to his sister and to his other siblings too? Is his attitude going to change into Fuego Vermilion? Because remember, he has a rivalry towards him because he wanted to be a Wizard King because he felt like he needed to be strong. Now that he saved his sister and killed Benjicula, does he still have the ambition to become Wizard King? Now that technically his goal is gone now? That's what I'm curious for his character. Where's that going to go?
So I'll tell you what I think. I don't think how he currently, like his current state, I don't think it changes at all. Because I think after, I can't remember which fight it was with Noelle, but he saw her potential. He saw her strength and what she could do. So he started respecting her and realizing, oh, she can take care of herself. Maybe pushing her away was the wrong decision. So he felt that a long time ago. As far as his rivalry with Fuegoleon, I mean, I don't think that's going to change because that's just a friendly rivalry, right? Like, these are two incredibly powerful guys who are friends but act like, you know, like they're against each other.
Because they aspire for the same goal. No,
exactly. Much like Asta and Yuno. It's the same thing, you know, so I don't see that changing either. And I feel like he treats his siblings the same. I mean, they're powerful, but they're idiots, you know, and he treats them as such. So I don't really think much changes. But yeah, I think he will definitely just be a lot more closer with Noelle in terms of telling her all of the things that she didn't know about their past, right? Like all of the things that he couldn't tell her. But as far as like how he feels on like their relationship, like, yeah, man, I can't wait.
I agree, and I'm curious to know what's next because so we finally have one Supreme Devil down for the count, right? So one Supreme Devil Magicular down. We don't know about Dante's Devil if he's truly out or not because boy Tabata left on the side, so we don't really know if that's gone or when it's at Jack. We have no idea.
Yeah, I think Jack was able to do it because remember Jack can cut through anything, and Dante was supremely weak.
Yeah.
So it's like I think he might have been able to do it, but if we don't
Who
see
knows?
it didn't happen. So
yeah. So and second, are we gonna go next to Zeno and Yuno with Finral's brother? I can't remember his name right now. Are we gonna go next to that? Langers, yes, thank you. Are we gonna go next to that or another?
Yeah.
well, no, we need to wrap up with Lolo Pechka, with Charlotte.
Oh yeah, with Charlotte and
I
that's it.
forgot
with
about
Gaja.
language.
Like, is he going to
Yo,
die now?
Gaja better
because-
fucking die. Gaja better stay dead. After this, he better tell Lord Chica, hey, I'm sorry,
At
I did
least
the
he'll
best
get
I
to say
could.
goodbye.
Thank you. Alright, say goodbye and then go to sleep, my guy. Stay dead. So that. But
I
what?
forgot about Langris. I you know, now that he has to fight on our side, I definitely want to see him flex.
That's
Yes.
what I want.
I
I want to see the brothers.
their
I want to
spatial
see the
magics.
brothers play. Yo, oh, I forgot he was there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
That
so-
made me forget about that, man. I was so focused on this. I forgot about
So look, so that's what I'm curious to know. James brought up a good point because we also have Charlotte and Lord Pachica and Gaja and artists. So that will be next chapter mostly. And then after that, are we gonna go to either Langris, Yuno versus Zeno, or my hope is this: another gate opens because we have our boy, we have our boy with the creepy four eyes downstairs. So another gate should open since it's been a couple of 5 minutes or so. Since Asta still says that he needs about a good 30 minutes before he goes into Sage mode or Devil Union mode. Alright, cool. So my guess has been a good 5 to 15 minutes max. So another gate should open. And what I'm hoping is that we had Twin Devils come out. We had other Army of Devils come out, right? So what I'm hoping for to come out, what's next, is that we have a type of general or some type of Mongol type of demon come out where he could actually not control but lead, where other devils can actually make something happen, like other small troops. Where because right now these Magic Knights, aka Asta and them, Nazo and them, I don't know of our girl outside is tired, but most of the people inside right now are exhausted. So if we have some type of general, some type of leader coming out of the next gate, they're in trouble, and that's what I want. I want other gates to open and other type of baddies to come out, because that would be more of the troops and the Magic Knights actually feel like they're overwhelmed and maybe do something more.
I want that, and you know what else I just thought of? Super wild theory, and I don't need it to come true, but just super wild theory.
Copy. Let's go.
You know how Megicula has like this like conditional curse, where if Lolopechka dies and Vonica dies, then she can fully manifest into our world, right? What if Morris is doing the same thing with the devils that have inhabited the Dark Triad? Once all three of them are dead, that will somehow unlock some greater power for him that he can use. Because, you know, I've been saying Morris is the real evil that we need to. That
is true.
So what if there's some kind of conditional curse that he has on the three of them, and he expects the Magic Knights to kill them, and that'll give him ultimate power? Wild theory.
I understand that theory, and I see what you're talking about, because Morris is one that is a scientist, and we know scientists always have some type of backup plan, and scientists don't always reveal their plans. So that could be the case with Morris. He can actually do something about that. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting.
I think Vonica's dead. I think so, but I mean, who knows, right?
Huh. But I like it.
What do you guys think?
I like Vonica to be dead.
Yeah, I think she's dead.
Dogs a lot. Let them die.
Because Megicula made it sound like the only thing they needed was for Lolopechka to die, and then they would be able to manifest. And both of them need to die for that to happen. So I think Vonica's dead, but I don't know.
I remember saying the crazy theory, I think 2 or 3 episodes ago, saying that Bianca might not die and then join the team, just like this chick, the crazy chick, Sally joined the team before. So you know, because Sally joined the Black Bulls. So eventually I'm like, oh, maybe Bianca could be the 2 crazy chicks that.
Too thirsty for blood, man. Like,
but at the same time, because look,
off on killing people.
Yeah,
but look,
no, at least with Sally,
all she cared about was science.
Yeah, she just wanted
to experiment on Asta.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
but look,
it was just like,
but look,
he's fascinating. And
but look,
like I gotta learn more.
But that's why
I want to take their life and
Sally has
die.
An obsession with Asta. Bianca has an obsession with Noah, just fighting and body hungry.
But murdering people. Sally's never murdered anyone.
Why experiments?
Experiments on people.
Well,
like, it's just in the name of science. Hers is in the name of bloodlust. They're not going to have
literal
bloodlust. Yeah, it's you can't keep that. You shouldn't keep that. There is no I've redeemed myself about that. Like,
Maya, I'm not saying that I want Bianca to join. It's just a crazy theory.
And get him out the paint.
Well, I'm fine. If Gaja goes out, Bianca goes out, I'm fine. Both of them go out. I just want Gaja for sure. Gotta be dead, because he literally said, "This is my last attack. I'm using all my mana and everything." And then when Real did his magic of trying to heal, he said, "Oh, I'm partially alive. I'm gonna just do one more attack." Like, alright, cool. You literally said, quotes, partially alive. You go do one more last attack. Alright, cool. You better be dead. Bianca was literally all pitch black, being used by like a puppeteer of our Megicula. So Bianca, you better stay dead. I don't know if you come alive, and if you do come back alive, my only use of that I see of this character, if she stays alive, is to join the Black Bulls, because she has an obsession with battle, and the Black Bulls always fight, and she can have a battle obsession with no. That's the only reason I see if she does stay alive. That's the only reason I see right now for her to stay alive within the series.
I'm with MemoryNK on this. If Vanica is alive, it should be for Nozel to get the kill, because Noel got to kill Megekila. If Vanica's still alive, Nozel should definitely be the one to put the final stake in Vanica.
Because
that too, I have no problem. Would you be
like
right?
Vanica was controlled, like it worked because this is what Vanica actually wanted. So if Noel kills her, like, no, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm fine with that happen. So, like I say, I'm not a big fan or crazy fan of Bianca. I don't need her to be alive, but she does. I don't also mind Nozel to actually take the final, nail in the coffin, and actually kill her. That's totally fine with me. No big deal. So it makes total sense if that's the case. And yes, my Gasha should be dead. I hope to is for next chapter, next week Sunday. If we don't see him, I'm like, yo, my God, what the fuck you doing? Why you not alive? Just stay dead. So that's my hope. But are we good for Black Clover?
Yeah, man. I'm very excited to see what happens next. I mean, this does seem like a good jumping off point to give us a glimpse into something else. But like I mentioned before, I would love to see some wrap up with Charlotte, with Lolopechka, with Gaja. He needs to say his final goodbye. MemoryNK, I definitely think Gaja's dead, but it's only because of Rill's spell that he was able to keep fighting as long as he did. But yeah, I think he's definitely dead. He'll get to say his goodbyes, and then once that is wrapped up, I think that's when we switch to Xenon, Yuno, and Finral. So, and language.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, like me, I can't wait to see what's going on with our boy Asta, and then what they're gonna next do. We have our boy the vice captain. Just wham, how to forget his name? It's been like 10 or so chapters. I forgot his name.
Which vice captain?
Oh, the Black Bulls.
Oh, no.
Knocked.
Yeah.
See,
I
take it.
space too.
Yeah, so I'm curious for Knock and everything. What's he gonna do? Because Asta and them did their own thing. We just need to figure out what's the next little small pieces that we're gonna figure out with Jack, with Langris and Morris. Like, we just have to finish a couple seeds. I'm curious to know what with our girl Fuego Marilona is gonna be doing outside, because just girls just been fighting that out. Like, girls just having the best time of her life. So I'm curious to know where are we gonna lead into that as well.
Definitely.
So Sam, you can come back. We're gonna ask the last question to the panelists and also to the chat. What was your chapter of the week? For James, for you is 4 of these chapters. What was your favorite of the week? And for us, we have more series, so we could just give more thoughts on that. But James, go ahead. What was your chapter of the week?
Yeah, chapter of the week for me, definitely Black Clover. Like I said in the beginning, my general thoughts. This was my favorite chapter since the Magna versus Dante fight. Absolutely love this closure with Nozel and Noel getting to fight side by side. That panel was amazing. As soon as I read it, I took a screenshot of it. Like, it was such a great chapter. My Hero was great. Jujutsu Kaisen was great. Kaiju was great. But for me, the biggest standout was definitely Black Clover.
Abe?
So I was like, let me hold off on that. And while we were talking, I decided to read One Piece, and it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Black Clover, for both of you guys, because it just had me really hyped. It had me really hyped. So, but since I don't want to get spoilers for that, my chapter of the week, it honestly might go to Kaiju. Kaiju number 8 was really well done. We got to see the woman flex some more, and Shinomiya just get to show how much of a badass she is. And then we see the return of number 9 and how this is a calculated attack, like targeted at number 8. So it's like, yo, this is a major chess move being made, and I love chess. I'm decent at it. I also get my ass whooped because it's just, but I love it. It's just constant strategy. But this was a chess move, and it has me really hyped for what we're gonna get in 2 weeks. and because it came out this week, I'm putting it as my favorite chapter of the week.
Sam?
For the week, yeah, there were a lot of good contenders. Of course, My Hero was good, Jujutsu was good, Kaiju #8 was good, but I think what stood out to me more was the Red Hood chapter, especially since this is like the last chapter for their first volume book, and there's like a lot of twists and turns with this entire series by itself, which I think is a lot of great character, a lot of great story progression, and keeps me on my toes of what's gonna happen next, because there's a lot. There's a world building into this entire world has been very interesting, and I'm fully invested into that series.
For me, I will have to give it to Black Clover chapter week. I haven't read One Piece. I'm slowly catching up. So if you guys want to see One Piece reaction from myself and Abe on the weekly Shonen on read through every Sunday morning on the Twitch.tv/MainLady, go check that out. But Black Clover, Mission Joseph Family, and Sakamoto's. Those are my top 3 chapters of the week for this weekly issue, and definitely I can add Kaiju #8 there as well. And definitely check out Dragon Ball Super. I haven't had the chance to read Boruto yet, but Dragon Ball Super was definitely interesting. Don't give the Vegeta slander. Yes, I get it. He took an L in some way, but read the context before you're gonna slander.
Oh, they overhyped that joint. I heard.
Yeah,
Like,
they overhype it. I'm like, who does man take this? I was like, yeah, motherfuckers. Yeah. I'm just like expressing leaks. How about go read the chapter itself so you can understand the goddamn context?
Yeah, the downside of leaks right there, you know, especially in the reactionary social media area that we live in.
Yo, everyone and their mom was just saying, oh, this is what, this is repetitive and everything. I'm like, how about you just shut the hell up and go read the actual context of why this happened and said happened, just because you saw Pano that Vegeta's down and about. Like, nah,
but
man.
Then again, Vegeta has had the best just the best character development in all of Dragon Ball. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
Franchise.
He should get like a big W.
Yeah, I mean, if he does get W, it is what it is, but like, yo.
But he continues improving as a character, and that's what I love.
You can't hate Vegeta like that nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Shade so
My
much.
frustration is because I love Vegeta.
Yeah.
Like, the Moro arc, that was the last straw for me. That was where it's like, you know what, this is really fucking stupid. Like, you finally give Vegeta this ability that's perfect to defeat Moro, and then he's not the one to defeat Moro. It doesn't make any sense.
The Vegeta haters that come out and like to talk.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
It's just like, all right, y'all don't understand that has nothing to do with Vegeta, but Vegeta's still the best like character, like in terms of just development. That tells me what you like. You don't care about character development. That's all right. So I can't really have conversation with you about certain things. You just want to shoot the win, and
character development to those people is just the next power level. That's
yeah,
it's just
like, hey, can he get stronger? And it's like, all right, okay, whatever.
It makes no sense, but definitely for me, Black Clover, Mission Sakura, and Sakamoto Days. Definitely check out Sakamoto Days if you don't read it. It's like about the 35 chapters or so, and definitely Mission Sakura Family. That's 100 chapters. Such beautiful storytelling, and it's one of the best boys and best girls out there in the Weekly Shonen Jump. So definitely check it out there. But
nice to hear.
James, hey, put your plugs before we go.
Alright guys, so you know what it is. Your boy Prince ALawal, also known as Prince Issue, aka Son of Darkside, aka a Kang variant, aka Laburu, aka Anikulapo, aka Jin of Apocalypse. You can find me on my link tree, which is in the links, or follow me on Twitter at Prince_ALawal, ALAWAL. My link tree is also in my bio. I am one of the co-hosts of the OSA podcast. That's where you get sports and culture. You know, I also am a co-host for Anime Lately. So continue to subscribe, support us, follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on Twitch as well. I'm also a part of Inside the Mind of a Blurred. Follow the social media accounts, Twitter and IG at the Blurred Mind Pod. Definitely check us out. We talk everything under the sun: anime, comics, film, books, cartoons. Like, you know, we do tier rankings, and we also have interview series. We've been able to be blessed to interview young black up and coming writers and established writers, and we're just looking to keep adding that to our resume. Definitely check out Careful for Spoilers. That's where the villain side of you can be really, really exposed. Check us out every Friday. You know, we do giveaways. We love talk about content. We love nerding out on comics and film and all that jazz. So definitely keep us there. And please, by all means, subscribe to Spicy Lady. You know, follow her at SpicyLadyENT on Twitter, and subscribe to her on Twitch. Shout out to the most recent Twitch affiliate, and she's just been doing such a great job. She is Spicy Lady Gaming on Twitch, so check that out. And yeah, that's me.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Instagram at JBXclusive. You want to find everything that we do, just go to carefulforspoilers.com. You'll find the merch store, links to our Patreon, all of the articles that we write on movies, gaming, anime, you name it, we do it over there. Steve just wrote a Superior Iron Man comic review, really great review, so check that out. You can also find the latest episode of Villains on the website as well, where we talk about what if episode 2, or what if T'Challa became a Star-Lord. Incredible episode. We broke down that episode for like 90 minutes, just talking about how incredible that episode is and how amazing Chadwick was on that episode. But yeah, if you want to find everything we do, head over to the website.
Sam, I'm giving you plugs.
Yeah, follow me at SamTheMangaMan on all my social media feeds, and also subscribe to the Anime Lately channel. Press the like button if you love our discussion of an entire weekly Shonen Jump to Sunday manga. If you want us to discuss a manga that you want to suggest us to talk about, we will absolutely do that. Also check out our live reactions. That's going to be on Twitch channel side now. That's much earlier than Shonen Ronin reviews, of course. But definitely, for sure, check that out. If you want to see our reactions of our mangas, we literally read a lot. We read a lot, like 7 different mangas, I think.
Which was a lot of fun. I can't say.
Yeah. So definitely, for sure, check that out. If you want to see our reactions, we'll discuss a little bit before we talk more of it on Shonen Ronin. And if we don't talk it on Shonen Ronin, we're most likely talking about the series onto the live reaction side from there. Definitely, for sure. I think I'm good from my side.
Alright, so guys, don't forget to follow me at LegendDVash everywhere else on social media. Don't forget to follow us on twitch.tv/animelately, because I'll be back there very soon in a good 30 or so minutes, under an hour, to do my reaction to Shade of Red on Webtoons with the content creator himself of Shaka, aka LSF. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I'll be live reacting to the most recent chapters that came out and reread chapters 1 to 3. So definitely stay tuned for that. And don't forget to check out Villains, the anime podcast every Thursday nights, and Villains every Friday nights. Sometimes I'm there, sometimes not, because I have a full-time staff gig in production on a TV show, which I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say or not, but I'll choose not to either way. But definitely, guys, check out Villains. They did a great hosting job for What If episode. I cried a couple times, and that was such a great episode, Chadwick. And for those that don't watch it, definitely go check out, listen. All the link tree, all the website links are down below in the description. See you guys on the next one, episode 15 next week, right, Sam?
And 15, yes.
Episode 15 next week. See you guys on the next one. Take care.